Laravel just shipped an official AI SDK. A few lines of code, and you got an agent that can hold conversations. I'm Harris from Laravel News, and today we're installing the SDK and building our first support agent. Throughout this series, we're building Support AI. It will classify tickets, search a knowledge base, hold conversations, and stream responses in real time. Let's get into it. So I'm starting fresh with a Laravel 13 application, Breeze with Livewire stack, Tailwind version 4, PostgreSQL with pgvector installed as well. So all of that is in the GitHub repo if you would like to do the exact same setup. Now let's install the AI SDK. Composer require Laravel AI. Great. Now this is installed. Next, we publish the configuration file and database migrations. So let's run PHP artisan vendor publish, and let's do the provider equals, we want the AI service provider. So AI service provider. Nice. And now we run the migration. So PHP artisan migrate. We created the agent conversations table. If you go to our database, you'll notice we have the agent conversations table. So let's go up here, agent conversations table, which is empty. We have an ID, the user ID, the title, and created and updated that, of course. This created the table for the conversation storage that we will use later on. Now we need an API key. The SDK supports OpenAI, Anthropic, Gemini, and more. I use OpenAI for this series, but the code is identical no matter which provider you choose. I'm gonna go to my env, and with the power of screencasting, I'm going to add my OpenAI API key. Last thing, let's look at the configuration. So let's open up ai.php. The default provider up top is OpenAI, as you can see, with the credentials below. You only configure the providers you're actually using. That's the full setup. So now we are ready. Let's build something. Let's go back to our terminal. Let's clear this up. In this AI SDK, agents are dedicated classes that define how your AI behaves. Let's scaffold one. So PHP artisan make agent, support agent. As you can see, we now got a support agent. Let's go back, open this up so you can see what we have inside. So here's what we get. We have this support agent class that implements agent, conversational, and has tools, contracts. Then we have the promptable here. If we go deeper, you'll see that there are some methods here that we're going to use about prompting, streaming, queuing, etc. Let's go back. We have instructions. This is where we get the instruction that the agent should follow. In this case, we have the default one, you're a helpful assistant. Then we also have messages, which is a list of messages comprising the conversation so far. And last but not least, we have an array of tools, the tools that will be available to our agent. Now, regarding those two contracts, conversational and has tools, we're going to use them later on. So the promptable trait in this case gives us the prompt method, as we mentioned, to actually talk to the AI. So for now, let's strip this down to the basics and make it a proper support agent. First, we are going to add the maximum number of tokens. So max tokens, you can see that we get them from the attributes from the AI SDK. So let's import that. And the maximum number of tokens in this case will be 500. So maximum tokens will be 500. And this will keep our replies concise. We don't want essays for support responses. And then the next thing we're going to add is called temperature. So let's import that as well. Let's set this to 0.7. And what temperature is giving us a good balance between consistent and natural sounding answers. Now let's replace the default instructions with something built for customer support. Let's go down here to instructions. I'm going to copy and paste my own instructions here, and we're going to go and discuss them line by line. And replace the full instructions array. And let's go here and see, you're a friendly, professional customer support agent for an online store, because this is what we build, right? And we have some guidelines here. Be empathetic and acknowledge the customer's concern. Ask clarifying questions when needed. Provide clear, actionable next steps. Keep responses concise but helpful. And if you cannot resolve an issue, let the customer know. A human agent will follow up. Okay, that's great. These instructions say everything. Empathy first, then helpful. Just like you train a real support agent, right? The more specific you are there, the more consistent the agents behave in this case. And that's it. Let's take it for a spin and add a quick test route. Let's go to our web route here. I'm gonna go down here. Let's add a new route. It's gonna be a get request. Let's name this support test. And now what we're gonna add here is a response. We will need a new support agent, the one we just added, and we're gonna prompt. We're gonna use prompt method in this case, and let's pass our prompt. So what will our prompt be in this case? We're gonna say, hi, I placed an order 3 days ago, and it still says processing. The order number is 1042. Perfect. And last but not least, we would like to showcase the text. So response text. We are ready. Let's run this in the test console. Let's go back to our browser now and let's type support test. As you can see, it's running. It's loading down here. I'm sorry for the worry. I know it's frustrating when an order doesn't move. I can help check this. Processing after 3 days can happen if the item is still being prepared, etc., etc. That's so cool. There it is. It's very empathetic, acknowledges the frustration, and offers to help. Our agent works just fine. So the response object, let's go back to our web file now. The response object here gives us more than just text. Let me update this route to show what's available actually. So instead of text only, we're gonna return more here, right? So gonna have an array. The first one will be the reply in this case, and the reply will hold response text, the one we already had. The second thing is gonna be the tokens. So we want the prompt tokens, and we're gonna grab these from response usage and prompt tokens. As easy as that. Completion tokens. Completion tokens. We also have access to them as well. So it's gonna do exactly the same. Response usage completion tokens. Next, we're gonna have the provider, because you might want to switch providers and be able to see which provider you used for this response. So let's go again, response, meta, you're gonna use meta in this case, provider, and not meta as in Facebook, but just metadata. Last but not least, we're gonna have model as well. Response, meta, model. So also have access to the model as well in this case. So now we can see token usage for cost tracking, plus which provider and model handled the request. Good to have it in production. Let's go back to our browser, refresh, and now you see we got a more structured response. We got reply, the prompt tokens, 106, completion tokens, 113, the provider, which is OpenAI, as we mentioned, and we use GPT 5.4 thinking model, by the way, as well. So great stuff. And you can override the provider of any request. You can go, for example, here, and instead of sending this prompt, I'm gonna go here, and then let's say I want the provider to be lab Anthropic. Just like that, as easy as that. So I'm gonna move this down here. And you can also change the model as well, of course. So model will be Claude Sonnet 4. Let's use that. 2025 0514. That's the actual model. So let's go back. Let's refresh. And you see now our response came from Anthropic with Claude Sonnet 4. Same agent, same instructions, but different provider. Your code doesn't change at all in this case. Pretty cool stuff. So I'm gonna move this back because I really need to use OpenAI in our examples. And keep in mind that that's our foundation now. The AI SDK installed, configured, and support agent responding to customers. Everything we build in this series starts from here. In the next episode, we're building a ticket classifier that uses structured output to sort tickets by category, priority, and sentiment as well. Automatic trials without any human intervention in the loop. See you in the next one.